Yeah. Inside voice. I hear these youngins by the slang that I bid first, and I can't even get no credit for it. That shit hurt. Yeah, we been nerds, not the type to use big words. Still down to throw you if you throwing the fist first. Fail face, but every now and then I don't get curved. Still in the broken hearted that we get what we deserve. Freaks show they staring and don't ask for no pictures. Cause I'm a giant man like I'm Fishburne. Maybe cause I'm hotter than the grease with a fish burn. We're slacking now, I'm putting in that work like an intern. I probably won't gain lives like trading in your system. The game stop. Don't really rap about what I ain't got. Been me since back when I could fit in the tank top. You think I'm ever changing? I think not. Hit the taco truck and I can show you the flame spots. They only taking cash and now I'm making the bank stop. Think cock, don't say a word, just open that safe lock. Now I'm playing the ATM, broken the rank wide. Raindrops falling on my head. I hate cops, ain't talking to the feds. Zombie mode on a rocky road, walking like I'm dead. Need to pick me up that I will eat the chocolate with the bread. Still trash, just now me in my pockets getting fed. That's real rap, now I can pay for guac without a sweat. You feel that? Playlist full of Indian drill trap. Problems I got 99 on me, I'm Lil Sap. But fucking never cried over spilled paps. Never crying over who spilled that. Young medicine man, and I'm looking to peel caps. Yeah. Put on the beat and I will snap. Put on the beat, I'ma kill that.
Hey, hello, howdy. What the fuck is good, everybody?
Howdy, partner.
We're up in here once again. Ryne Radio. I'm your host, Ryan Watkins. We got a guest today.
Howdy, partner.
Fucking, who is you?
My name today is Howdy, partner.
There we go.
Hey, you know what's hella funny is I predicted.
Yeah, you
what
did.
Got predicted in the predicament.
It came true immediately.
But all I can say is howdy, partner.
And like even what I said too, I was like, really? Like he's been cool to me.
Right? I mean, it's the king of cringe.
Dang.
What can you do about it? Not a goddamn thing.
What's up, Pix? What's up, Swammy? We in the thing for the gang.
Bang, bang, thang, thang.
Bang, bang on
Yang, yang.
yang.
The king of
On
cringe is
Gang,
back.
gang. Yeah, we're up in here, man. The boy fucking just stopped by just to fucking chill, man. And I was like, hey, well, fuck, since you're, like if people want to come by and chill, it's kind of like, it's hard not to just want to be like, hey, you just want to do an episode on the show too? Like,
You feel me?
just because,
Why not?
Why not? Like we got the capabilities. We have the tools. We have the technology.
We have the capabilities. We have our coronavirus tests.
Indeed.
Negative.
Bang,
Bang.
bang.
So stick it in your noose. They tried to stick it in my noose. They stuck it all the way up my nose and swabbed my brain. I tell you that.
They stuck it in your face and noose.
They stuck it in my noose.
Is the nose your face and noose, or is your mouth your face and noose?
I don't know, but let's tell them about your goose.
But yeah, we're up in here, folks.
I got rid of my goose last week.
Yeah, no, the goose is no more.
Yeah, man.
Omegatron says, "What's good, gents? Is Dan not doing the shows anymore? What happened? What's up, Omegatron? So
We killed Dan. Okay, Dan is dead.
Basically,
In the closet. I buried him.
Pretty much.
He's dead. All right.
Once in a while, we wear his face and we do the show and we act like him, but
Don't you come around here looking for him no more. Okay?
Nah, Dan kind of stopped doing the Dirtbag Dan show. Not even kind of. Dan stopped doing the Dirtbag Dan show last November.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing a podcast of my own last year. And Dan just seen that I was doing that, so he offered like for me to just make the jump with my show over to the channel.
Which was a great idea.
And so he could like focus on Adopt My Block, which is a dog rescue I guess charity would be like or it's a nonprofit organization that rescues dogs. There you go. That'd be the official title. And the boy's been fucking way more focused on that lately, so he's been letting me kind of just hold it down on the channel. I've been starting my show up on here. Dan does come through once in a while and does these Cancel Dan shows, and for the most part, every single Sunday we do a show called Behind the Bots, where we break down past bots events.
And what's behind the thoughts?
Yes, and we fucking break down all those old events. So it's like he's kind of back, but kind of not. Fuck off. Tantrum would like, I don't want to put nobody's business out there, but I think when this like lockdown situation gets more clear, that's when he would want to come back through. So I don't blame the boy. I'm not gonna try to like push anyone to come do in-person interviews if they're feeling comfortable or anything like that.
Sometimes I feel Tantrum's presence when I'm just here.
Right?
Like he's just sitting right here giving me some advice about how I need to destroy the next battle rapper. That's how I feel when I'm in here. I feel Tantrum breathing on me.
Yeah. Megatron asks if Skylar G's still around doing his thing. So Skylar G's primarily just focused on tattooing. I think he's around like the Bay Area. I'm not sure. I think he goes back and forth between like the Bay or Texas or something like that. I'm not really sure. But yeah, no, like this is that was like, yeah, especially Skylar too. That's almost like a way back reference as far as like the show. So, but I appreciate you turning in, man. Fucking, we be trying to do the thing almost every single day. I got fucking, folks that like to stop by, and I just kind of coerce them into being a guest on my show. And that's
right here, yeah.
Exactly. So, we be trying to do the thing. We be trying to keep the spirit of the channel alive for sure.
That's right. So pretty much what we were talking about earlier is LSD, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we were.
And, just to jump right into it because it was a great conversation. How many of you have done LSD? Go ahead and just put a
There's going to be a delay. So
L in the chat. Put an L in the chat if you fuck with it. But it's amazing. I mean, I know you haven't. So, wait. Have you tried it before?
No, I've never tried it before.
Okay, you've never tried it before. Well, I'm going to tell you it's one of the most amazing things I've ever tried because you see why they make psychedelic art. You see the trees breathe. You see all the colors, all the lines. Everything is amazing. It's beautiful. I highly recommend it, at least once in your life.
Yeah, I've thought about it a lot, to be honest, just because I've never really heard a bad story of someone. I mean, I've heard people have, like, bad trips or whatever, but I haven't really heard anybody, like, yeah. For by and large, I've always heard good things about psychotropics and fucking psychedelics. So I've thought about it for sure, but, like, I was also telling you, too, like, I feel like I would need to like really prepare myself, and like almost like an astronaut prepares to be able to leave the atmosphere. I would have to like really kind of like get myself in a great mental state to be able to like really handle something like that and not take it into like the deep waters.
You do.
As far as like thought wise, not so much like abuse or anything like that, but just more so of like, oh, yeah, like I kind of like just feel I would let myself think about things that I shouldn't be thinking about in a state like that.
No, I hear you. Like, you definitely have to be ready to go there. Like, I didn't do it until, like, almost the day last year. I was at Electric Forest, and it was lit. And there's just, like, lights in the trees. And they had, like, what looked like little sea urchins, like, all in the trees. And we were performing in this place called the Psychedelic Chapel. So there was, like, all this art and all these colors and all these lines. And it was always something I was like, I don't know if I ever want to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't need to be that fucking high. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I could smoke some weed and I'm good. Like, I don't need to just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't need to do any crack. I don't need to do any meth. I don't need to snort coke or I don't need to do all that shit. Like I don't need to be that goddamn high.
Yeah.
But it was like I always thought about LSD because my mind is always going places. I'm always there's shit always going on in my mind. So I was like, I would hear that you'd see like colors and images and waves and worms and clouds would move and characters would appear out of nowhere, and I was like, just trying to mentally prepare myself for this shit. So last year at Electric Forest in Michigan, Tourette's Without Regrets, we performed. It was like 5 days straight, and Frack was there with us too, and fucking we were just battling, doing our shows, and it was like the last day before the last day, and we had staff party, and my homegirl was like, yo, I got some fucking LSD. And I was like, what? I was like, I've been hearing about this shit forever. And I was like, but I remember my pops told me he tried it once, or I don't know how many times he tried it, but he told me, he was like, look,
I tried it once a couple times.
if you try it, it's different. He actually recommended against it. Now that I think about it, he was like, I don't know if you want to try that, son.
It's like that Dewey Cox fucking scene where he's like, you don't want no part of this shit, man.
Almost, but I would ask him for advice and things like that, and he was always like, if you try it, I don't know, like, be careful. So I always waited till I was like, I had my life together, got job, kids, everything's good, everything's straight. I'm like, all right, I can think, let's fucking do it. So I did it, and it was fucking amazing. Like, I saw the music move towards me, you know what I'm saying? You could see all these colors. The sea urchins that were in the trees, they were like climbing up and down the trees. You're watching the trees breathe. It was amazing. I don't know if y'all seen that Netflix special, like the adventures and psychedelics and all that. It was great. It was great. Yeah. It blew my mind. It changed my life. It made me see why they make psychedelic art the way they make psychedelic art. You know what I'm saying? All the colors, all the lines, all the patterns, all the detail. Amazing. And then the cool part about it is you're not like all fucked up. Like, you're really present and just experiencing what's going on. Like, I would really look at something and focus on it. And it was like, is that moving? I was like, yes, it is. But it was cool as shit. You know what I mean?
I was telling you that earlier too. That like that's a specific distinction that no one's really ever pointed out to me about that. As far as like, you're still pretty cognitive, but you're just in like this like in between state rather than just being in this completely different reality.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas like I always thought it was like, people try to make it seem like you just like really absolutely drift off to a weird place, but it's like the more I fucking listen to folks about it, and like I was telling you too, like that specific documentary popped up in my Netflix kind of just out of nowhere, and like I don't know, there's just been a lot of things happening lately that people would just like keep mentioning LSD to me, to where I'm like, I feel like the universe wants me to do LSD. Like,
well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's no pressure out there. Don't get pressured into doing anything. Like if you're not feeling it, don't do it. Like I waited until I was 34 years old before I ever tried it. You know what I'm saying? Like I waited a long, long time. So I made sure I had my mind right. And I hear like you shouldn't do things earlier in life, but a little later in life when you got a little more control over your mind. It was crazy. I wrote down a bunch of notes. Some of it made no sense at all. Some of it was hilarious. Some of it was excellent ideas, but it was great. It was great. If you like to drink water and, color in your coloring books and hang out with new Swammy in the 831, do it.
Fucking, how was the rest of that whole Festival of Lights, though? Like, just going over there, because you were just saying like that was just like one of your favorite places you ever been to in general.
It was Tourette's Without Regrets is the crew I run with. We got booked to perform there and do shows days in a row, and it was amazing, man. I didn't know like festivals like that existed. I didn't know people put so much into like a grown-up Disneyland. You know what I mean? It was great. Our tents were air conditioned and we ate wonderful food. It was great. Like Bass Nectar was there, T-Pain was there, a bunch of other artists I can't remember right now. But there's also what of Cunningham. There's also like workshops and other art projects you can work on. There's all these installations you can climb. I don't know. There's like 7 stages. There's a big Ferris wheel. You can go on hot air balloons. It was crazy, man. I really miss it. We were supposed to be there right now. Damn. But it's canceled until next year. But we will be back, ladies and gentlemen, to stick Q-tips up Swammies a noose.
Yeah, the boy don't like the boy.
The kid doesn't like the kid.
Yeah, man.
And that's great.
What are you gonna do?
Because what they say is you're not somebody if you don't have no haters, man. So I got one hater. His name is Swammy. He's got something stuck up his jammy. I don't know if he's wearing women's panties. I don't know.
No, yeah, I fucks with Swammy. Like, it was just funny though, because before we did go live, he was like, "I bet you Swammy's gonna say something about like he's gonna like make a comment about me." I was like, "Oh, we'll see." I was like, "I don't know." Like, he's always telling me gang gang, and like he's always showing me love. And then like the first 3-4 comments was like, "Oh, what? Be nasty."
The king of cringe is back, baby. Yeah, man.
It was just funny as fuck that he just called it out.
What is the dopest venue you have performed at?
Me personally?
Yes.
I've never really performed in any venues, to be honest. Like, I've never. It's like I've kind of like messed around with music a little bit. I mean, like to this point or to the right now, probably just the California Theater that like we did the 9. That was this year. That was in February.
That was this year. That was in February.
Forgetting that.
February 1st.
That was probably one of my better like. That was definitely one of the best comedy gigs I've done in terms of just like having a good sized crowd and like having a crowd that wasn't necessarily a comedy crowd.
Definitely nailed it.
But I still like, yeah, still got like good laughs and stuff.
Totally nailed it.
And I feel like it was a good break between acts. So it was like, yeah, I felt pretty good about that, especially because that was my first time, and who knows like how many other times I'll get a chance to where it's like I followed a music act just doing comedy and then led into another music. I was like, usually if you see comedy, it's a bunch of it at once.
Right.
You know, someone opens, someone follows, someone closes. Whereas like fucking I just kind of wanted the challenge of like, oh yeah, and then like yeah, it was just kind of cool to like actually be in a theater. But outside of that, I haven't really performed in places much. Like,
yeah, that's cool. Well, I mean, at least you had that rocking and it felt good, right?
Oh yeah.
And when we come back out of this shit, it's gonna be some more. What's crazy is that theater is actually closed right now. So the 9 Quarter Awards coming up, I think it's gonna have to be outside. It's either gonna have to be outside. Excuse me. Or we're gonna have to do it online, which I've been thinking about doing too. I really want to try it. We do Tourette's online now. We got Tourette's coming up July 2nd? July 2nd, Tourette's Without Regrets. Free
Fuck
link.
America.
Fuck America.
Like you mean it.
We got a lot of shit to talk about America. America is fucking crazy right now. America's crazy.
I mean, kind of just always, I guess, but
it's fucking nuts right now.
Americans in particular aren't doing too well with when you introduce a virus into the populace and ask them to wear masks and
gloves
and ask them to stay home
and beat off,
and then on top of that, like still be like killing civilians
with Top Ramen
and shit. A lot of things happening at once. A lot of people angry a lot right now
with no lotion. It's crazy right now. It's fucking crazy. I live in Oakland, California. Okay, it's fucking fireworks, gunshots every fucking night. But I mean, we fucking need it right now. Okay, we goddamn need it. Everything's coming to the surface. I cry at night. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking night because all this fucking black shit is resurfaced, and all the fucking shit I've dealt with fucking for being black is all surfaced this fucking week. But it needs to fucking happen. There's like marches downtown every day. They start from like Rockridge and they go, or, you know, like North Oakland. They go all the way downtown. Fireworks, helicopters every night. It's just the way it is, but it needs to fucking happen because there needs to be a fucking change. Yeah. I'm totally with it. I've been to like 4 protests with my mask on, fucking riding my bike, just mobbing through that bitch like Black Lives Matter. Like it's fucking nuts. America's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Are you? Because America is on fucking fire right now. Shit's fucking changing, bro. Revolution like a motherfucker. If there's any time for all you fucking anarchists to come out of your goddamn closet and make some fucking noise, it's right now, right? Like cops they're backing off. They're fucking, I mean, yeah, there is gunshots and fireworks every night in Oakland. You're right. But I mean, as far as these protests has been going, it's been like 30 days straight. There hasn't been a fucking 30 days straight protest in Oakland. I don't know, ever. I don't know. Maybe during the Black Panthers and shit. But it's dope. I love it because they always start by my house. And I walk all the way downtown. It's fucking fire and it makes me feel great. And America needs to change. I hope you fucking change too if you need to fucking change.
Yeah, because you were actually talking to also before we were actually getting in a lot of good shit before we actually went on there. Because you were saying too about like you've been to fucking Paris and it's one of your favorite places. Yeah, and you were just saying like how like they've kind of been through all this shit. They've been through fucking multiple revolutions and things, and like they just like look at us like, oh, the fucking. Yeah. Look at those, like, cute little children fucking trying to still figure shit out over there.
Pretty much. I mean, like, when I went to, first off, there's, like, hella black people in France. There's hella black people in France. A lot of them are merchants, and, you know, you can tell they're lower class, but they're still treated like regular people, you know what I'm saying? But Germany, I fucking love Germany because they don't put up with that shit. You know what I'm saying? They've been through that shit twice. So if anybody's talking that shit, like, they're so the people govern themselves. I know, like, people are like, oh, you can't defund the police. What are we gonna do? Who are we gonna call on? No, eventually, like, the people govern the people over there. You know what I'm saying? You go through Berlin, there's not hardly any cops. They're not intervening in all the shit. If somebody's talking sideways, they get their ass kicked. They get thrown out. You know what I'm saying? And they go home and fucking lick their wounds and learn a lesson. You know what I'm saying? All this shit we deal with going on out here with all this bigotry and all that, they would have stopped that shit fucking on the fucking, like, what do you call that? The fucking nomination time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wouldn't even let that shit fly because they don't fuck with that shit at all. If you have a fucking Nazi swastika tattoo shit on you, you go to jail. You know what I'm saying? First they beat your ass in the street and then you go to jail. You know what I'm saying? If you joke about that shit out there, they will kick your ass. The people will kick your ass. I hope that's what happens out here, is the people start kicking each other's ass. We put the guns down, you know what I'm saying? And we just kick each other's ass. And motherfuckers fucking up, you just kick their ass. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I don't know if you ever got your ass kicked.
A couple times.
But after you got your ass kicked, you learned a lesson, right? Yeah. I mean, whether you got your ass kicked for the wrong reason or the right reason, you learned some lesson after you got your fucking ass kicked. And I've never been knocked out, but I've definitely got my ass kicked at Diamond Park in East Oakland. I got my ass kicked once. Fucking, it happened, you know what I'm saying? But out there, that's how they do it. They govern themselves. I think we should start doing that shit too.
Yeah, I mean,
with it.
And honestly, it's kind of weird because like we are so not on that fucking level yet.
Yeah, we're not,
because like people can't even accept being called out for like their fuck shit behavior right now. Like that's why we're seeing like all these videos of these just like total meltdowns of these people, like where it's like, you know, they do some stupid shit and then all of a sudden the phone comes out and then like they try to like change the story and like have a meltdown and try to be like, oh well, I was only saying this or doing this
like because Barbecue Betty.
Yeah, like all of that type of shit. Yeah, it's where it's just like,
shut up, bitch.
What are we doing, dude? You know.
World's changing though.
Where it's just like you can't even call out people on just like things they do. That's like, I seen a good puss. It was, or puss.
Congrats, Pixie.
I seen a good post earlier today where it was like, is it really cancel culture or is it just repercussions?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, man, like shit fucking, like if you're fucking doing some fucking snide, sneaky bullshit or just some outright, you know, fucking fuck shit, like you deserve to get fucking called out on that shit.
You deserve to get kicked in the dick and slapped in the face, and and get your act together, and let's fucking get it together. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, it may happen after I'm dead, but it's starting right now, and I'm excited about it.
I mean, I don't know if it's only starting. Like, it definitely feels like something that there's always been a spark of this, just like resting, you know, but. Right now seems more than ever to just if you wear a jean jacket vest, you deserve to be canceled. Just I said, facts. That's why I've been wearing one from the jump, son. I've been trying to point out to y'all that you shouldn't be listening to me from the fucking very beginning.
I told you motherfuckers to turn this shit off. I told you. Cancel Ryne.
No, yeah, that's already Dan's new show. Is cancel Dan.
Cancel Dan. I killed Dan. Dan is bleeding in the closet, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling on myself.
We are just trying to do and say things now on this channel, just to pretty much like we're trying to tote this line of staying alive, but also trying to completely demolish it at the same time.
Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. You know, Dan said he adopts the dogs. Dan's lying.
How so?
Dan steals the dogs. I saw Dan hop over my neighbor's fence the other day, and he stole a fucking poodle, guys. Don't fucking believe it, okay? Dan's full of shit. He stole a fucking poodle. And his name is Riley, okay? Dan, you need to return Riley. There's fucking posters up in my neighborhood. Do you know Rock Ridge area is? Okay, they will put posters up. Dan, they're looking for their dog. You need to return it, okay? This fucking asshole.
This fool's just like taking dogs out. Like he just sees people like not taking care of their dogs well enough, so he's like, nah, you don't deserve this dog no more.
Dan was peeking over the fence. He seen the fucking water bowl is empty. He hopped over it. He scratched his leg on the way down, grabbed the dog, and fucking ran. Can you believe this shit? Can you believe this shit?
No.
Stop stealing dogs, Dan.
Nah, it's rescuing.
Look,
they're rescues.
He fucking stole Swammy's dog. That's why Swammy's upset. But we took care of it, ladies and gentlemen, because he's dead in the closet. Okay?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, fucking. I don't know. Assad was trying to say earlier, he's all Germany's racist as fuck, but definitely.
I mean, there are some parts. I mean, you know, there's racism everywhere, but like for the most part, the metropolitan areas, the areas where there's a lot of people, there's a lot of commerce going on. They're not racist at all. They I mean, I don't know. Yeah. The only little bit of weirdness I felt was in Munich, when I was in Oktoberfest, but when I got outside of Oktoberfest, like getting off the train, walking to Oktoberfest, you can tell the vibe there. They're a little different, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they were hating on me or anything. It was just like they weren't really familiar with what I was doing. You know, I had a big speaker out there. I'm like performing and like doing all kinds of weird shit, selling T-shirts and CDs, and so I could tell they just weren't familiar with it, but it wasn't like they were just truly hating on me, because I met a lot of great people, sold a lot of CDs, sold a lot of T-shirts, did all that shit. It was great. But yeah, Germany for the most part, I mean, they're not putting up with that shit. I mean, maybe like off in the outskirts, just like everywhere. Okay, you can even go in California. You can go to the fucking outskirts. You can go to the countryside, and you're gonna find some racist people who had racist moms and dads, and that's all they fucking know is racism. Like they can't change that shit. That's all they fucking know. So when they grow up, they just know racism. there's that, there's always these rural areas, but like in the metropolitan areas, they're not putting up with it. Like, period.
Yeah.
They are beating fools' ass in the street. This breast milk got me burping. Yee!
Fucking, you say you kind of caught some shit in Hong Kong though.
Hong Kong was different because in Hong Kong, this guy was warning me there were these prostitutes. They were trying to lure me into their club. And he was like, look, do not follow he was actually, there's a street in Hong Kong where there's like bars from everywhere in the world. There's like a British bar, there's an American bar, there's a German bar, there's a Irish bar. There's like all these different kinds of bars specifically for people that are out of town that want to go drink and like experience different culture in like this one little strip, right? So anyway, there's also like strip clubs on there, but really he said these bitches drug you, they take you out to a field and they strip you down and they rob you and they just leave you to your own devices. But I needed to be back at the airport in like 10 hours, so I could not fuck around and get lost, okay? I would have went, okay? I would have let the bitches leave me in the forest. I would have had that whole experience. I just needed to get to the airport in a certain amount of time, so I couldn't stay.
No, I'm good, dog. Like I draw the line on getting drugged and being left in the forest. Like no matter what country I'm in, I'm kind of great on that. You can leave me in fucking Lake Chabot, fucking drugged and naked, and I'll still be very nervous.
Yeah, I hear you.
I still would not be ideally like to wake up that way.
I just wanted the full experience. You know what I'm saying? It was the first time I was that close to China. I mean, because I do want to go to China. Like I hear China's beautiful. I hear the technology's awesome. But they don't like us. I couldn't even have a one-way flight to the Philippines. I had a one-way flight to the Philippines. I had a layover in China. They wouldn't let me fly into China because I didn't have a fucking return flight. So they were like, "Oh, you just are trying to get into our country and infiltrate our shit." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "I have a 2-hour layover here." I was like, "I have a show in the Philippines in like 28 hours. I don't got time for this shit." You know what I'm saying? Like, can I please just get there? They were not fucking with me, bro. They were not fucking with me. What was it, South China Airlines? Fuck you, South China Airlines, for being assholes.
Wait, I don't get that. So they were upset that because you had a layover there on the way to the Philippines, but you didn't have a
return flight,
to China before you go back home.
Well, I didn't have a return flight from the Philippines because I didn't know how long I was gonna stay on the Philippines. Because we had the tour dates, and then like shit always pops off when I go to the Philippines. Like somebody wants to go record an album over here, or some festival pops up and they want me to hop on the festival there, or just like hella random shit happens when I'm in the Philippines. So I didn't want to just limit my time to be like, okay, I'm coming back in 13 days, or okay, I'm coming back in 12 days. It was just like, I'm gonna go to the Philippines.
They don't really probably like fuck with that idea too much, as far as like, nah, what the fuck, when people come out and visit places, they fucking what you call it, fucking, how can I say it? Like, they're always expecting people to where it's like, oh, if you're out on vacation, you're supposed to have like your round trip ticket already fucking handy. Like,
yeah, if you're an American,
why would you not fucking have a return flight already booked? And it's like, nah, dog, I'm a free man. I do what the fuck I want. That's why.
Well, because it's even, I think it may even be like here too. Like, I don't know for sure, but they didn't want me to fly to China, leave the airport, and then just disappear into the fucking abyss. You know what I'm saying? And like hack their computers and fucking. Yeah.
That's like, I guess it makes sense, but it's like,
I don't know, bro.
But it's like, I didn't choose to have a fucking layover here, bro.
I really didn't. I mean, I'll never will again. But yeah, it was only one-way flight. That was like a reasonable price. I was like, fuck it. So I had to buy a ticket right then and there. It was expensive as fuck because I still needed to make this show. I still needed to make this battle. So fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Did that shit. But I still want to go to China. I mean, the architecture is wonderful. I love architecture. I want to go check that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's some like fucking like I don't know. I gotta be honest. I'm a little intimidated to China. I don't know if I ever would go to China.
Yeah.
I keep dropping my fucking charger.
It's all good. I mean, there's certain places I think they like teach us not to go. They're like, oh, don't go to Russia, don't go to China, don't go to North Korea. I want to go to all them fucking places. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Dennis Rodman, that's my nigga. You see his tattoo right here? I'm gonna show you right here. Maybe you can see it or not. But it's like a sun, right? It's got 415-510-925. But it's like the sun inspired by your boy, the worm, Dennis Rodman. Okay? 91 on the Bulls, 10 on the Pistons, 73 on the Lakers. All right? I fucked with Dennis Rodman tough. You know what I'm saying? He went to fucking North Korea. I want to go to North Korea and bang some bitches too. All right? Fuck that.
Fair enough.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, Rodman dated Carmen Electra. I mean,
Can't do what he wants.
Rodman can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I don't know. I've always been intrigued by Japan, of course. Fucking like Taiwan. There's another couple like.
Taiwan is dope, bro. Taiwan has the night markets.
The Philippines, that would be cool too. Fucking. There's another place in particular I'm trying to think of though.
Bali.
Yes.
I want to go to Bali.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
All the females at the airport. When I was on my
all the females want to go to Bali.
Yeah, I was on my way. I had a layover in Taiwan, and then I was going to the Philippines. But all the females that were at the airport were going to Bali. I'm like all of them.
Yep.
Yoga coaches, models. They were all Botswana.
Yeah, no.
Botswana.
For a short time, I dated a very gorgeous woman, and she went on vacations to Bali.
Right. They're all in Bali.
They're all in Bali.
If you're looking for the beautiful women and you haven't found them yet in your life, you need to go to Bali, from what I hear. I'll make it there someday. Because I feel like I'm a beautiful person inside.
Tastic kind of makes a great point. He said Rodman in 91 is the new trends right now, and yeah, it's kind of hard to argue.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's pretty much every rapper right now was Rodman in the 90s.
I mean, Rodman was so against the grain. I mean, I remember when he got kicked off of Nike. I actually have the Rodman Hurricanes. I just bought a pair of those. I remember when he got kicked off of Nike for fighting Alonzo Mourning. It was when Alonzo Mourning played on the Heat. It was Rodman and Alonzo Mourning. He had him in the fucking headlock. And Alonzo Mourning was like my third favorite player. You know what I'm saying? Big Shaq Daddy. He was like, he was probably number one. And then Rodman was number two. And then Alonzo Mourning was number three. And Rodman's got fucking Alonzo Mourning in the fucking headlock under the fucking board. And then Nike kicked him off the shit. They're like, oh, fuck you, Rodman. We're kicking you off. And then he went to Converse. And those were actually, this how fucking, I won't say how poor I was, but just the first time I got something that was name brand was Dennis Rodman Converse. It was my first name brand pair of shoes, and I fucking slept with them bitches on. I fucking slept with them bitches on, man. I was like, yes, I got some fucking Converse. I was so excited to go to school the next day.
Oh yeah, no, school wasn't ready when you were excited. When you were excited because you got some new fucking like shoes or outfits or some shit.
They were not ready, bro.
Those are some good fucking times, like just to be able to like lay out your fucking outfits and shit like that.
Who was your favorite basketball? Who was your favorite basketball player?
I was never like super big into following sports, like any of them. Like I've and the weird thing is like I've loosely played all of them to an extent as far as like on the playgrounds and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I know how they all work.
Yeah.
I just don't follow really anybody too closely.
Yeah.
If I had to say anybody at all, I mean,
Michael Jordan. Oh!
I mean, he was definitely like when I was a young kid. Michael Jordan just was basketball, right?
Right?
Like,
Wasn't he?
When you thought of basketball, you just thought of Michael Jordan. Like, just like for the longest time when you thought of golf, you thought of Tiger Woods. Like,
Exactly.
And like for the longest time,
Tennis, Serena Williams.
But after Jordan though, it was definitely Kobe. So fucking. But see, like there's a short time where I was actually trying to like, because I'm from the Central Valley, so I was like trying to like fuck with the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of remember that era where
the Kings,
the Sacramento Kings.
You say you're from the Central Valley?
Yeah, so it's like.
We talking about like Bakersfield, Fresno?
Nah, Manteca.
Oh, I'm thinking Central California.
Yeah. No.
Okay, yeah, Central Valley. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you closer to Sac.
Yeah. So it's like I was trying to like be more down with Sacramento Kings and whatnot. And that was during the era where it was like Peja Stojakovic and fucking Mike Bibby and fucking.
You remember White Chocolate?
Yeah. Who was that? What was his
something
name?
Williams.
Something like
White
that.
Chocolate.
And fucking what was it? Chris Webb.
Chris Webber, he did play
Weber,
for
that's
the
what
Kings.
it was. Weber,
he did play for the
Yeah,
Kings
no,
for
when
a
it was
while.
when it was Weber, Bibby, and Stojakovic, that shit was like, all right, let's fucking get into it. So I'd probably say those just out of like a childhood sense of nostalgia. That's kind of like
Jason Williams, White Chocolate. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you think got played out of a fucking NBA championship? And you guys in the chat too. Who do you think deserved an NBA championship that never got one? But I'll ask you while they type.
Fuck, I wouldn't even really know like who's been
because you
like,
weren't watching
outed.
that shit.
No, not that much. Like, and it's like the teams that I've ever followed has been like the Kings and then like the Warriors and fucking the Lakers, just because California shit. So it's like all of those teams have had championships.
That's true.
So
True story.
I've never had to like grow up in an area where it's like, damn, our team never won one. Or if you're fucking Washington's ass and had a championship team and lost it.
What's your number one pickup line when you see a lady?
It's terrible, but I like to run with fucking, do you know the Muffin Man?
Is for real?
I'm serious.
What do they usually say?
So, like, I usually say it because I'm quoting Shrek. Okay, this is the thing. More often than not, they're just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
But
just throws them off guard.
Those ones, but that's why I like to say it, because then it's like, oh, well, you're probably no fun.
Yeah.
But, like, sometimes you get ones that, like, they either quote Shrek back to you or they just quote the song back. But they quote Shrek, that's when I'm like, oh, it's on. I'm trying to go after you for a little bit. Fucking, just because the whole...
We got something in common.
Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man! The Muffin Man!
Yes, I know the Muffin Man. Who lives on Drury Lane? Well, she's married to the Muffin Man.
Okay, so what was the most awkward date you've ever been on?
Buttons. Not my gumdrop buttons. Awkward. Most awkward date I've been on. Oh man.
Yeah, I gotta hear this. Wait, did this date start off with the Muffin Man intro?
Yeah. Probably, because that's usually my go-to.
Okay.
Because this is the thing about that. This is the thing about that fucking terrible pickup line is even if they don't get it, it's still an icebreaker regardless.
It is an icebreaker.
And they're just like, wait, what? And it's like, you know what?
It could be a deal breaker.
I was just trying to be fucking stupid, whatever. What's up? My name's Ryne. And yeah, no, it could be a deal breaker for sure.
It's definitely an icebreaker.
But it's an icebreaker regardless. Mm-hmm. So if you know how to just be... This is the thing. I'm just a professional at embarrassing myself. So it's like...
I hear you.
I'm not really all that tripping off of it. So it's like I can very easily rebound... Especially from doing stand-up comedy. Like, I could put myself in a stupid situation, but then rebound out of it.
I hear you.
But...
The king of cringe understands. Do you see these muscles? Do you see these muscles right here? That's the king of cringe, ladies and gentlemen. Did you just cringe at that?
Yes, I fall upward, Assad. Fucking... The most awkward, though... So, okay, I got two good stories that come to mind, to be honest. And it's kind of my fault, because I met both of them fucking... off of fucking dating apps. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna start with one because it's shorter than the other one.
Wait. Hold on. I need to grab a beer.
Yeah, grab me one. Too,
Do you need one?
If you could, yeah, that'd be.
Give a little bit more prologue of this story.
Yeah, I'll give a little more prologue.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen.
I won't get into the meat of it yet.
We need some breast milk for this.
It was not Tinder. It was Plenty of Fish, which is like even worse, because that is Plenty of Fish. Really is like a rotten fish market. Like truly, like the name of it is very apt, and I stopped fucking with like all these sites like a good while ago, because man, it's just better to meet ladies the old fucking fashioned way. But this was definitely, I was a little bit younger. This is when because there's a short time I moved up to Washington, and then I moved back down. So when I moved back down, I was like kind of broke and whatnot. So I was like, using the dating apps to fucking cruise around and see what was going on. Hey, you know what, man? I don't judge nobody that be doing the dating apps, because there are people that have fucking met like some legitimate people. I know a couple that got married. They met off of a dating app. They're about to have kids right now. She's fucking awesome. It's my buddy fucking Pat. He actually joins in on the chat once in a while. He's been to my battles and shit like that.
Okay.
Like, they met off a dating app and it worked out fucking just fine. So I'm not going to try to condemn all dating apps. But my experience, I like your boy kind of getting catfished. And I actually, the second story I'm going to tell before I get into this first one, I told pretty much like right when it happened on Murderverse Radio, when I was still doing that from the living room.
Part 1.
Yeah, or
the first generation.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm a member.
Yes, indeed. You're one of the few.
I'm a member.
So fucking, I talked about it a little bit on there. The episode's called Deep Fried Catfish, I think. But I think I was so much more. I think I kind of glossed over how awkward of a date it was with her, because by that time I recorded that episode is when I was dating the fucking gorgeous chick that I actually just mentioned.
Right.
So I was like more bigging her up. So I didn't really get into the meat of fucking that one.
Right.
Let's start with this first one though.
Okay.
Met this one on Plenty of Fish. It was when I moved back down from Washington. So I was in California. I was back in the Central Valley. And fucking, like I said, just, doing the thing, whatever. And met this chick up. So some chicks can kind of catfish as far as like doing the angles and shit like that. Whereas this was an outright like using someone else's pictures kind of catfish.
So she didn't hit you with the.
No, this was like
the high angle. She hit you with the. Let me copy paste.
Yes.
Yada die.
Yes.
Ooh.
Where it was like.
Okay.
Same color hair and whatnot, like kind of like thing, but it was very clear like the moment. And like this is the other thing too, like I said, I only mentioned like because I moved back from Washington at this time, because I mentioned that because I didn't have a car at this time. So fucking I had my cousin actually like drop me off at this stranger's fucking house. She lived in a court. I get dropped off, he starts driving off, and she like walks out of her house, and she is like I don't mean to be fucking a dick, but she was very large.
She was voluptuous. Voluptuous is what you meant to say.
She was very voluptuous.
She was voluptuous.
Like voluptuous.
With a capital
And
with a capital
it was like clear to me instantly as far as like, oh shit, I've been had.
Right.
Like instantly.
I've been had.
Because I was like, because the way she was approaching me was like, she definitely knew who I was, because like I don't fucking use like fake pictures of myself. Whereas
Unhand me, wench.
I'm like, oh no. But my cousin like already turned around in the court, and he was like starting to drive back up, to where I just like immediately jump in front of his car really quick, and he just stops like, what the fuck? And I just fucking run up to the thing real quick. I'm like, unlock your door. And he does it, and I just open the door and hop inside, and then I'm like, go, 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 go. And we just drive off. And he just like guns it because he's just like so caught up in the moment. And we're just driving off hella fast, and he's laughing his ass off. He's like, what in the fuck did just happen? I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I'll give you gas money. like thanks, but also fucking no thanks, but thanks also again, and fucking like it was just such a good little like me and this cousin have always been close, but it was like such a good little moment between us because it was just like this was like such a
He saved your life, bro.
yeah, and it was just like
your life.
it was such an unnecessary thing all around altogether. Like all we got out of it was the story.
A really good laugh. Wow.
And it was just so like I acted so spur on the moment to where it's like get out of the car, he's driving down, walk up, look up, see fucking this voluptuous woman walk up.
I hope she
like,
learned
wait.
the lesson.
Oh no. And then I just immediately run back because I knew. I was like, wait, he's about to leave. I'm not hanging around for this. I was like, I'd rather just leave and get angry text messages
Right.
than to fucking have to sit here in person and like ride this. Like, no, this ain't happening.
That's horrible, man. I mean, it was horrible for both of you.
I mean, that
horrible
was like
because you
that was a lot of stupid on my part though too.
you got catfished like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
But
more than a few times actually.
Her feelings were probably
Oh yeah, no, she probably like.
worse than a Tyler the Creator outfit.
I kind of even want to think about it sometimes because I'm just like, damn. But at the fucking same time, like you kind of know what you're doing if you're doing something like that.
She has to know what she's doing. I mean, of course she knows what she's doing. I mean, I think sometimes it works. That's probably how she gets some dick, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I mean, okay. So what happened on the second one?
Okay, so then the second one was just a hitting me with the fucking the up angles, which I should already known better, which now I do. If you ever see just only up angles, just if you ain't into that, just walk away, son.
That hold on, you gotta hit him with the
with like 2 tons of makeup on and shit. So it was that, but this time way different. I got my own car, fucking met this one in public. I didn't just fucking get myself dropped off in front of this fucking stranger's house.
Mm-hmm.
You learn lessons when you grow up.
It sounds like it. You had that experience.
I actually met her here
right,
downtown Hayward at fucking Brews and Brats.
Oh, word?
Shout out to Brews and Brats. Fucking, that's actually a really good place. They do rotating fucking beer on taps and whatnot.
I heard about this spot.
A lot of different porters and stouts on the tap.
I heard about this spot.
That place is good, and then the bistro is really good. At Brews and Brats, like it's fucking beer and bratwurst. So it's like there's like a bunch of different bratwursts. Just kind of get the house one. Like they be doing like a bunch of weird bougie ones, and like I threw up in there one time because I tried one of the bougie ones. Like, so just get a regular house bratwurst and have a good beer and just keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Yeah,
it's good.
Okay. All right.
But I had her meet me there. I'm hanging out because I'm just like, okay, here's the place. Parking's tricky, but I like described it all to her. So it's like, it's tricky, yeah, but like if you kind of figure it out to where it's like, it's not that tricky, but it's not like very clear cut, downtown Hayward. It has like just that little pocket.
Yeah.
Or you can park in the garage. And that's what I told her. I was like,
by the movie theater.
Exactly. I was like, you can either just park in that little pocket, it'll open up.
I like to play pool over there.
Oh yeah, there's like, what is it, like the Funky Monkeys over there and shit.
I don't know
like
what
that.
it's called, but I do like to play pool over there.
It might be the bistro.
Sometimes have some pre-corona, have some breast milk, knock around some balls, paws.
So I tell her like, okay, this is where you would park, whoop-de-whoop. I'm going to just meet you at the place. I'm hanging out having a fucking beer, and she's like, she calls me up and is like, I cannot, like, she calls me up super irritated. Which is like already a fucking red flag, because it's like, we're
Nigga,
like,
where you been?
Not even that, more so of like, I cannot fucking figure out this parking situation. I was like, whoa, calm down.
That's a bad start, man.
That's
bad vibes already.
Already.
I was like, share any breast milk with you.
I was like, I understand, but I also like explain to you very thoroughly what the thing would be, and it's like you don't, and also just in general, it's just parking. Like, is it the end of the fucking world if you have to like wait a couple seconds to like figure out parking situation?
Well, do you know what was happening there?
What's up?
And let me know if you agree with me here in the chat. She was beginning to test you.
Oh,
out the gates.
Probably.
She was like, all right, we are conducting test number 1. Here we go. Toot toot. And then depending on what you say is how she can dictate where things are gonna go.
I never even really thought about it like that, but it make a lot of sense.
Right? Okay, so
Just
tell me the next. I may be jumping to conclusions.
No, I mean,
tell me the next
it would make
part.
a lot of sense because, so it's like fucking, she does that, and I'm like, okay, look, I'll just walk over. We'll figure this out. It's whatever. What's your car, whatever. So then I walk over, and immediately when I walk over, I also notice, oh, this is a fucking catfish situation once again. But I'm like, I'm already here in public. I already made her drive down here, and she's very clearly already fucking completely frustrated with just parking her vehicle.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I'm sorry you aren't capable of driving a fucking car. So I hop in the car, and the car is just fucking like, don't get me wrong, I'm not the most fucking cleanest when it comes to my car. Like, I keep my fucking inside my place that I live in pretty good, but my car is like,
fuck it.
I be working, and like, I don't really care about my car that I got right now too much. So I be kind of, I mean, I don't be doing like no hella nasty like shit, but it's like if I got like just a fucking napkin and I'm not doing nothing with it or whatever, like sometimes I just throw that shit in the floor of the passenger seat or whatever.
Yeah, why not?
Whatever the fuck.
Cheeseburger.
Nah, I don't really.
Wrapping? It's right over there.
But her shit was like a mess to where it was just like, it smelled bad, like mess. So I was like, oh, this is also another red flag for sure. I mean, I was already, the moment I kind of seen her, I was like, okay, I am not going to engage this in a romantic way whatsoever.
We're going to be friends.
Yes. I was like, the moment I seen her, I was like, I'm just going to have a drink with you regardless, because I had you come down here, but we're just going to see how this goes. But even that was a mistake, because like I could have just walked away too and then just like left her to deal with the parking situation or whatever the fuck. Because I get in the car fucking reeks because it's like so goddamn dirty. And then like we finally figured out a parking situation. And then we're walking over to the place. We sit down because it has like the outdoor patio area even before Corona.
Yeah.
Order food, drink, and whatnot. And it's like the whole time it was like the parking like ruined her mood so much that like she was just like fucking unpleasant the entire time, to where I was in my mind, I was like, man, I already like gave up on you in my head like way long ago before all this, but even if I was still like somehow engaged in this,
you were like,
you were not
me again.
Yeah, I was just like so amazed at the lack.
Tell me again, can we have breast milk and be friends?
I was just so
I know that's
amazed
what you wanted to
at
tell
like
her.
the lack of like selling yourself, you know, like on a first date. To where I was like, this is like astonishingly bad. Like, do you just not even do this at all?
Bad
like,
social skills.
Yeah, to where it's just like,
bad social
like again,
skills.
I'm not the most fucking social person or the most outgoing person or wherever the fuck, but it's like, she was just like hella fucking rude and awkward the whole time.
Horrible.
Like, she was.
It makes me feel horrible for you.
It wasn't that like she wasn't social. It was just like she was just so fucking mean. Like after the whole parking thing,
right?
And then it finally gets to the point where like we had some food, we had a couple drinks, and then she's like, "So, where do you want to go after this?" I was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna sit here and have another drink.
Right?
You are totally free to.
You're free to go."
I was like, "You're free to live your life however you choose."
God bless you.
She's like, "Well, what does that mean?" I was like, "That means like if you're hanging out here and we just keep hanging out here, I'm like I said, I'm gonna have another drink or two and I'll probably go back home myself." You're a free Roman, dude. You live your life.
Kick her
and
right
she
in the
was
dick.
so fucking pissed off. And I was just like, what did I do wrong here? She like, I completely thought this was going to be like something else. I was like, what do you mean by something else? So she's like, well, you were flirting with me and all this and that. I was like, not really. Like, I was like, you know, we definitely set up fucking meeting up and all this. I flirted
with your profile picture.
Yeah, but even then it was like, I don't really do that outrightly until I've actually like seen someone in person and get a feel for them. You know, it's like, I always have to like try to meet somebody first. Like, I don't really want to fuck around and like try to say some dumb shit and then you meet them and then they're like, oh, you're actually like nothing like what you fucking seemed.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then she was just like hella fucking mad, I guess, because I didn't want to fucking, I guess, take her back to my place or something. Which was also weird because it's like we've been hanging out, like we probably had like a beer and a bratwurst. So it was like we were probably there for an hour and a half or something. So I was like, this is just strange all around. And then she was like just yelling at me to the point where then she like left away crying. She's like, you're a fucking asshole. And then just like left. And I was like, I legitimately, because like she says that the waitress wasn't like standing there when she said it, but she was like walking back out to like see if we wanted anything else. She says that, walks away, and then the waitress like, is everything okay here? I was like, oh yeah, totally. Like, can I get another one of these stouts?
Some of this nectar?
Yeah, and then I just hung out there for a little bit by myself, just kind of taking in the fucking night. And
wait, so you broke some young lady's heart, and that's
probably
very unfortunate.
But
I have another question for you, though.
Okay.
And it's a very controversial topic I've been wanting to hear some people's opinion on. I've been seeing it online. Is OnlyFans considered prostitution, ladies and gentlemen? You guys in the chat, you let me know. But first, I want to know, Mr. Ryne Watkins, is OnlyFans considered prostitution? You go ahead. Let me know what you think.
I'd say no. I'd say it's more pornography than it is prostitution.
Okay.
But I would say both of those should be acceptable. Like,
yeah,
I don't believe in criminalizing prostitution because, I don't know, it kind of just seems like when you criminalize a lot of things that people like to do, they kind of just tend to do them anyway, but in even shadier ways. So at least when you legalize things, like you can kind of control things a little bit more. Yeah.
It's been decriminalized in Oakland. It's been considered a condition of living, so they stopped arresting women over it.
Wow.
But it's been a lot of, you see online, people are like, oh, you got OnlyFans, oh, you're this, you're that, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's really like, come on.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Like, okay, you sit in your room, you do your things, people pay you some money, you pay your bills, they're happy. Is that really prostitution? I feel like it doesn't go under the definition.
I see it like this too, as far as like, I just kind of don't even care about like what to define it as, because I'm not tripping. Because this is the thing, is like a woman that could have a successful OnlyFans page is gonna be like, if she didn't have it, she's gonna get bombarded with dudes trying to hit her up for pictures and shit like that anyway.
Right.
Or like, maybe she like be like posting like thirst traps on Instagram or things like that.
Yeah.
So if it's like for a fucking few shekels more, you can see what fucking you can't see on Instagram. Then fucking
for a few cents more.
Dude, I don't pay for it, but if there's fucking lonely fans out there fucking willing to pay for an OnlyFans, then
I feel like people have
charge their ass. Fuck them.
I feel like people have gotten really innovative these days. I think there's a lot of creativity coming out of this quarantine, coming out of this pandemic. Like people are selling all kinds of stuff. They're making all kinds of stuff. I mean, you see ads all day. Everybody's making masks now. Masks are like a fashion statement. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for the Gucci mask to come out. I'm waiting for the Fendi mask to come out. The Christian Dior. I'm not gonna buy any of them, of course. I don't do that. But it's like, where is it's all gonna come a fashion thing. There's gonna be like, I'm waiting for the transparent masks, right? The transparent masks. So you can still see people's face. You know what I'm saying? Like it's coming. But people are getting really innovative. Pixie's waiting for the haters only page.
But I was gonna say that's already just Facebook or Instagram. Or
Facebook Twitter, is the haters only.
Especially
page.
like if you stoke fires with people, then you can definitely get a lot of haters real quick.
I almost feel like any social media is the haters only page, right? Yeah. Like people love you,
and this is the thing, is like
they hate you the very next minute.
Yeah, and it's
quickly.
you don't need a charge. Like, no, you don't have to charge for a haters only because you can already do that shit for free.
Mm-hmm.
You have to charge people that like want to be your fans because people are creepy and fucking weird. So it's a privilege to let them suck and see your hoo-ha once in a while.
Yeah, true story.
So, you know, at least pay $7.99 a month.
Well, I support women hustling and getting it the way that they can to the fullest.
I keep trying to line up an interview with this really funny stand-up comic from New Mexico. She actually has a lot of experience in this subject because, like, not only is she a comedian, but she very much runs her own OnlyFans page to where, like, she be liking the post pictures and things like that. To where I really wanted to, I've been trying to line up the interview with her because women comics already catch a lot of shit as far as just not being respected for being funny, but also like all the male comics want to fuck them. To where it's like, what is that like now that you've magnified that with like an OnlyFans page? Like to where it's like, I see it on her Facebook, like, she's always having these like crazy, it almost looks like a battle rap group, but it's not. It's just like she'll just post something that like triggers a bunch of people that follow her. Right. And there's just like fucking hundreds of comments of all these people calling her like a whore and shit. Yeah. To where it's like she's never like, it's just kind of sad because it's like people have this weird view about, I mean, I just very much had the idea of like, I don't give the fuck what anybody's up to as long as they're not hurting nobody, you know? Right. Or, you know, they're
being safe. They're doing the best they can. What up, Cushburn? It is easy to be nasty. Yee! I mean, I totally support it. It's safe, right? I mean, I don't know. People are getting really creative. I mean, there's so much creativity coming out of this quarantine. It's amazing. I can't wait to see what people continue to come up with, you know, because it's wonderful. We always evolve, you know, we get put in these corners, we get put in these situations, we get put in these confinements, and we're like, how are we going to get out of it? What are we going to do? And we always evolve, we always mutate, just like the coronavirus. So make sure you wear your mask in public.
I think that's a great place to bookmark that too, sir. We're over an hour deep.
Nice little segue into that. Right. How do you feel about masks? I know I was like, wearing a mask. How do you feel? Tell me how you really feel inside. Even if you don't agree with me, it's okay.
So obviously it's an inconvenience and it's frustrating to wear. But it's like, I think it's really silly to try to make political statements with something that could like kill you on a biological level. Yeah. You know? True story. It's like you can make political statements with like having to, you know, like what's a good example? Like, you know, like when schools used to like have like ridiculous dress codes and like, so like there was like the skirt movement or whatever to like, you know, abolish dress code, like ridiculous dress codes or things like that, to where it's like, okay, like that's like that's a good example of you wearing something in a political statement, or just like fucking like early punks, you know. It's like, okay, you're kind of like playing yourself up as a character to make a political statement, as far as like you're trying to visually show people you're not
with the norm, status quo.
But doing your own when you're applying that sort of mentality to a sickness, I think we're at a weird place.
Yeah, man. In society. Like, what?
And come on. Don't even get me wrong. It was probably easy for me to. I'm always someone that like I like to question. I think it's always it's always great to have a healthy level of skepticism. Yeah. But it's like on certain things, people are like, oh, this is a conspiracy to what? To make sure that we're not sneezing and fucking coughing on each other? Like, I'm not really that mad at a conspiracy like that, you know? Yeah. Or when people are like, oh, the gay agenda. It's like, I'm not really mad about it if there is. Like, yeah, like, people want to love each other. All right. Like, you know, or even like right now, like people with like the Black Lives Matter movement, as far as like, like, oh, they're just pushing this agenda. It's like, yeah, to fucking treat everybody the same. It's a cool agenda, dog.
Yeah, I've been
hearing... I'm just like, it's weird to like take a stance on a like, oh, this is just a fucking conspiracy.
Talk about it.
To fucking make us be better. Like,
yes.
Like, I'm not really mad about like conspiracies or agendas to like push us to a better direction. Like, no. I'm not saying that in a way of like, all right, so that means you need to like go take out like a political opponent because, they're like blocking progress or something like that. I just mean more so in the sense of like, yeah, like, what was it? I was like in an argument with someone not that long ago about just the idea of like, oh yeah, because like Confederate flags, and people were saying things like, oh, like I had someone that I knew that is in the military. Yeah. And I'm like they were trying to say something about like, nah, it's just the government trying to control us. I'm like, you yourself are in the military, and yet the branch that you like make a living from recognizes that this flag should not be flown. Like speaking about the Confederate flag.
Right.
I'm like, so what about it? Like, what about it to you is where like you're coming late to the party. And he was just like trying to be like on some like the government shouldn't tell us how to think. I'm like, dog, like you're defending.
How do you want to think?
But it's like, I want to be able to, I want the freedom to hate all the motherfuckers that I want to hate.
Right.
And that's like, that's all you're telling me right now, dog. And that's a weird thing to like be so passionately argumentative about.
Yeah.
To where it's like, nah, the government doesn't want me to fucking hate people. How dare they? I'm like, what?
Yeah. I guess, people want the right to feel the way they want to feel. They're like, I want to hate. You know what? Go ahead. Let that hate out. All right. You want to hate? You go right
Yeah, I mean,
ahead.
It's like...
I just hope your offspring has the internet. I just hope your if you hate people that don't look like you, fine. That's okay. Fine. Go ahead. Do it for the rest of your life. I just hope your offspring has the internet, because the internet is going to show them what's...
I mean, not always though. Sometimes, right?
The internet might show them some bad stuff too, but it's going to show them some good stuff.
It keeps people in bubbles, but
yeah,
but fuck.
There are some internet bubbles.
So it's like I don't mind wearing a mask, man. Like it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's more so it's like I don't. This is the thing. This is my logic with most things.
Okay.
I would be very angry if you came up to me and tried to tell me how to drive my truck.
Right.
Because I do it every single day.
But dude.
And I do it like I'm one of the best people that do it like out of my hub and stuff.
But dude, turn your blinker on. You're less than 100 feet from the corner. You need to turn your blinker on, Ryne. Okay?
So I'm not going to try to tell a medical professional like, no, you're just trying to control me.
Right.
It's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And I like to wear fucking my luchador mask. So that's the other thing too. This is just a good opportunity to wear luchador mask in public.
It is.
And
excellent time.
Even before Corona, I was trying to normalize, everyone's throwing that word around, normalize. I was just trying to say it like as a fucking we need to normalize the word normalize, okay? We need to take it back.
Bigly.
It needs to stop being a trigger word. Fucking no, but I was trying to just I was always wearing like face shields and things like that, especially if it's cold, because I'm bald. I get cold easy. So I use to rock a beanie and a face shield. And people will be trying to look at me weird, like, oh, like you shouldn't cover your face like that. I'm like, fuck you, I'm cold. Like I can do what I want.
Yeah.
To where now we're living in a world where everybody's covering their face. So it's I'm not mad at it. No, everybody's wearing face shields now.
They are. I can finally go into a bank with a mask on my face and it's good. Psh. Wow. When was the last time you were able to do that, right? Or even a liquor store. But, I mean, whatever. I think it's going to be temporary. I think it's going to be 2 years, though. Just because we're so hard-headed. So. We're one of the worst. We're one of the worst countries with this shit on the planet. There are other countries who are considering not allowing us to go there. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it is in the United States. Have you seen
that chart that the Daily Show put out to where it was we had a certain plateau here, And then like at that plateau, that's when they were like, oh wait, we need to flatten the curve. And then like it starts going down, it bumps up, goes down, and then all of a sudden it spikes up hella hard to where it comes back to the same exact point where we were in the beginning.
Right.
And then like the Daily Show just drew a line to it, and they're like, congratulations, USA, we finally flattened the curve. It's like, fuck.
You flattened the curve and the earth. USA, all right? The earth is flat. The curve is flat.
What did I say? I had some ridiculous... Man, I would have to like look probably super hard through my thing. I wrote some ridiculous thing down about like a pandemic battle rap bar or some shit like that. Where is it? Let me see if I can pull it up really quick because I thought that shit was pretty fucking funny, to be honest.
The curve is flat, the earth is flat, and cursive is flat. Okay? My pulse is flat. When I'm flaccid, I'm flat.
Oh, yeah. I was like, because like when all this was going on, I already noticed people were trying to like, you know, like this was like when the video battle rap shit was going on. So I was like, we're about to hear bars like, hindsight is 2020, but let's take a tour of the past. We used to make our money busting down the doors with the Mac. Security cam caught us in the store with the mask. Cause real rap, we were ahead of the curve before it was flat. Ridiculous. Someone's gonna say some shit like that in a battle in a month or two, and everyone's gonna fucking go crazy for it, and it's gonna be retarded.
Have you watched some of these quarantine battles? Have you like
no,
RBE
really.
or
No, I was saying yesterday on the show, fucking, I just don't even really be watching battle rap no more. Like, I only really watch it live.
I did a battle. I did a quarantine battle. The footage came out horrible.
See, that's
my part came out really good, but just them editing it came out horrible.
Yeah.
It was actually a guy from the Philippines, and I told him to give me the footage so I can redo it and then put it out because it just came out so fucking bad. But there was a battle with Disaster. It just came out. It was Disaster versus 40 Cal. And then Math Hoffa jumps in and
Yikes.
Math Hoffa goes bananas on Disaster. Disaster did good. 40 Cal did good. But I'm West Coast, Fresh Coast. I fuck with Disaster, but man, it was hard to swallow that math verse. That math verse was meanie. I know you haven't seen it, so I know you know.
But I've definitely seen all the shit that came out about math, like over the fucking Twitter sphere.
Okay, Azid saw it. Math and 40. Yeah, they did make a movie. And I don't even know if all their bars were better, but it was amazing. It was Math and 40 Cal. And like he ended it, he was like, "Yeah, the next time I said I was gonna see you, I was gonna have a 40 Cal." It's like, bah! And it's like 40 Cal standing in the background with that weird face. Like, you gotta check it out. The kid Street Hymns battled Murder Mook.
Huh.
I actually was on a card with Street Hymns.
The homie Plan 9.
Dallas.
The homie Plan 9 battled Street Hymns too.
He was on the card too.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I went down there in Dallas and I battled once.
I forget what Plan 9 said to him. He said some shit because like Street Hymns about like Jesus, and like if you know Plan 9, he's very much not about Jesus.
Right. Yeah. He's like the opposite. But they were like in the same
opposite.
league. It was crazy. They're like in the same.
So fucking. I forget what line he said to him, but then someone in the crowd just shouts out hella loud. They're like, "Talk that non-believer shit."
For real, it's Manny.
Hella loud.
It was going hard down there. Street Hymns is a beast though, and I actually think he beat Murder Mook, even though Murder Mook didn't know he was battling Street Hymns, and Street Hymns didn't know he was battling Murder Mook. I think Street Hymns won. You got to check him out. Have you heard Street Hymns?
I've only really seen him versus that in that Plan 9 battle because Plan 9's the homie.
Plan 9 battle Street Hymns?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What?
That's what I'm telling you.
Oh,
Plan 9 battle Street Hymns.
That was a good look for Plan 9.
Like he had
this. They're in the same league,
dude. He had this whole round that like just like buried Street Hymns, and there was a lot of just like Satanists and like fuck Jesus shit in there.
I think I saw that.
Not even Satanist shit, because like Plan 9's not even really Satanist. I think he's just like atheist. I think he's just atheist, but like his character is like almost like a I don't know, Marilyn Manson-esque sort of character.
Yeah, like makeup around his eyes.
But yeah, he said some shit to her. Someone was like, "Talk that non-believer shit."
Yeah, I think I seen that.
It was amazing.
Yeah, DFW.
And it has like almost like 1 million views, I think.
Does it really?
I think so, because Street Hymns is hella popular.
He's very, very good. I'm surprised Street Hymns like isn't higher up on the ranks. I mean, he clearly is because he got the battle Mook. I mean, I knew he was good back then. Like when I was watching his battles, this was fucking 3 years ago. My third battle my first battle, written battle, not freestyle battle. I've been freestyling battling at Tourette since like 2007, 2008. But my first written battle was at Bots. You know what I'm saying? I battled Mr. E. And then my second battle was in San Diego with Shots Fired. And then the very next day, I flew to DFW, to Dallas, and I battled, I don't even remember his fucking guy's name, but I battled in Dallas the next day. My third battle was in Dallas, and Street Hymns was there, Plan 9 was there. Plan 9 remembered me from fucking the Bots battle because he was at the Bots battle.
Yeah.
But Hymns was killing it. Hymns was murdering shit years ago. So I knew, I was like, why isn't he on King of the Dot? Why isn't he on URL? But I was like, I guess that shit doesn't matter. He was just hard. He would kill a Loso. He would kill an A-Word. He would kill
if he battled
a Big K.
If he battled A-Word or Loso, would that be a rap battle or would that be a rap crusade?
It might be a rap crucifix. It might be a rap revelation.
It's a rap inquisition.
I might have to math you if that'd be a a revelation.
Oh, he says him is in a group with them. Of course they are. Of course they're in a group.
Are they?
The four horsemen. So who's the fourth one?
Hold on.
I mean, that's kind of tight, actually, because like the four horsemen idea does come from like the religious, the four horse. I didn't know they were all in a group, but that makes sense. Assad said kind of a gay name. Hey, fuck you, sir, Assad, because the Four Horsemen is the greatest fucking wrestling stable of all time. So show some respect. That name's a strong name if it wants to be. Oh, Saga. Okay, so it's Saga, Hymns, Loso, and A-Ward. Well, that's kind of weird, man. So we don't ever get battles from the only people. Because Vern said Arn Anderson is the fourth. If you're into bestiality, how dare you, sir? How dare you, sir? Yeah, so what the fuck? We don't get any battles from like the only four people that are fucking Christian battle rappers. They all have to just be on the same team because they're all Christian battle rappers. Fucking battle rap for the Lord. Fuck that shit. You guys should be battling each other. I want to see that. Like, I want to see that. Because it's like, what the fuck are you going to say? You can't make fun of each other for your religion. You're both in the same religion. That was bullshit. You have to be in the same battle rap crew just because you all believe in God.
Oh, is that what it is? They're all in the same crew?
Yeah.
Are they all the only Christian rappers? I mean, that are like out there, like.
I mean, at least as far as like using it as, maybe not using it as a gimmick, but like it's definitely a part of their personality, and they put that forward.
Well, see, okay, so I guess here's the thing about Christian.
But I was just like, I want to see a Christian battle rapper go against a Christian battle rapper.
I'd like to see that. That hasn't happened
saying.
yet. That hasn't.
They
happened?
all fucking are in a group together.
Wait, has anyone ever seen a Christian battle rapper? Two Christian battle rappers go against each other.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
I've never seen it.
And
maybe they're doing it on purpose.
Maybe because I was saying like it would lose some steam, right? Because like if you say like I am a Christian battle rapper or I'm a religious battle rapper of some kind,
I think the
then, like,
angles
a
would
lot-
be many.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what are your angles gonna be?
They'd have to be really good.
Like, they're probably like super fucking personal shit, or it's like, but I don't know though, because then like, do they want to expose each other like that or some shit? You know, like I just got so many more questions. I think it's bullshit. Y'all are just fucking went on a team together. Fuck that shit.
I never noticed that all the
That's what I'm
Christian
saying.
battle rappers are on the same team. But I would love to see, like, okay, Street Hymns versus A-Ward. But I know Street Hymns would murder A-Ward. He would kill him. He would kill A-Ward. But it would be a really good battle. Or Street Hymns versus Loso. Who's the fourth one? Is that Street
Saga.
Hymns? Oh, Saga's Christian battle. Oh, he's on URL.
That's yeah. And like, I
And
guess,
Loso's on URL too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
started off in bullpen.
Wow, that's mania.
That's what I'm
They all
saying.
got
They're all in the
together.
same
They all
fucking
cooked
group.
up.
That's bullshit.
That would be a dope 2-on-2. Street Hymns and Saga versus Loso
There
and
you go.
A-Ward.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking battle rap crusade.
Well, I don't know if that would go over well, but it would. I'm interested.
I'm
to
just
see
curious
it.
at what would you say to each other?
How would the Christian
Because
battle rap
it's-
go? That's
It's
interesting.
easy to probably be a Christian battle rapper and like, because you're just gonna expect a bunch of angles about that.
Right.
Whereas you could take the angle of like, yeah, make fun of me for living great kind of thing.
I think
and being healthy and taking care of myself. And you don't do that. So ha kind of thing.
Whoever's more versed in the Bible will win. That's what I think. You have to be whoever is more versed in the Bible. That's who would win the battle.
Between religious battle rappers.
But then again, you know what? I don't even want to see Christian battle rappers battle, like
I would see it.
in
I
a
like to see it
mean
one
way.
time.
I'd like to see a compliment battle.
I mean, yeah.
I think that's the only way it would go over well.
Yeah, that's probably the only way it would work, right? And that's why I bring it up, because I'm like, could that even happen? Could you make someone that like puts like God into their battle rap rhymes
right.
against someone else that does the same thing?
Compliment battle.
I mean, a compliment for sure.
Let's get a Street Hymns
That's awesome.
versus A-Ward.
The only
Compliment battle. Smack set it up.
I'll tell you.
Smack set it up. I said it.
I'll tell you how you do it. You only do it if there's more. If more battle rappers start coming out that like put part of their religion as their like persona.
Yeah.
And you start getting different religions.
Yeah.
So then you can have like an Islam versus Christianity battle. I think that's the only real way you could do it. It's like my beliefs are better than yours.
Dude, that's.
And I didn't say that in a way of trying to imply that Christianity
We
was
are not
better
trying
than
to
Islam,
support,
because I'm not really religious whatsoever.
We're not trying to support division.
I don't rank one over the other because I don't rank neither of them.
But that would be good TV.
Right?
That would be really good TV. I mean, that's what wars are over. Religion or natural resources or something like that. If we had a rap battle.
Let's rap battle about how you're a heathen.
Which battle rappers are Muslims, though?
I don't know. I mean,
Is B-Dot is a Muslim?
I think so.
Well, he's like super pro-black, like super...
Or no, yeah, see, Assad said right there, Loso versus B-Dot was Christianity versus Kemet. Is that how to pronounce that right? I'm not sure. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Frack versus Real Sick, Jewish versus Muslim. So I'm going to correct you right there. Fuck off. Real Sick is not Muslim. He's Sheik.
Oh.
Kind of where his name kind of comes from.
There's a difference.
There's a gigantic difference. Like thousands of miles of difference.
Wow.
But it's okay. I knew what you meant. I mean,
Frack
it's wrong,
versus,
but you're good.
Didn't he call out one of them? Did he call out Loso or somebody? Frack?
Maybe. No, he keeps calling out John the Don because John's a flat earther. Or maybe he's implied that he's a flat earther.
And it would be a really good look if Frack got to battle him. Iron versus Diz, Jews versus whatever Diz was that week.
Oh no, Assad said John John's a Holocaust denier. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense on why Frack would want to battle him. But it's like,
Yeah.
you want to rap battle somebody that thinks that the persecution of your people didn't even happen? Like, I wouldn't want to rap battle someone like that. I would just probably like actually have a conversation with them and be like, why the fuck do you believe some stupid shit like that?
I mean, I know the Holocaust happened because my baby mama's mom went to Auschwitz and took pictures of all the hair. Oh no, you can't take pictures of all the hair, actually. It took pictures of everything else, but you're not allowed to take pictures of the hair because I guess the flash like burns the hair after so long, you know what I'm saying? The hair is really old. The hair is from like the 40s, you know, the 40s, you know what I'm saying? So the Holocaust happened, John Don, and you're fucking stupid if you don't believe that it happened.
Assad
You
said,
deserve to be kicked in the dick, John. You know what? I actually saw John Don came and rapped in Oakland when Mr. Fab battled Charlie Clips. And you know what? That's stupid to not believe that that really fucking happened because it did happen.
Pretty much.
I don't think you're a stupid person, but that's a stupid thing to say that the Holocaust didn't happen.
Assad said, Frack says 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust. John says 600. Ryne might want to say a number between there. Nah, I don't really want to play Prices Right with Holocaust death numbers. I'd rather probably say like whoever studied it the most is probably more correct on this. And if 6 million is the common consensus between all the people that studied it, then I'm going to run with that.
Yeah.
Once again, the truck driver theory. Don't tell me how to do my job. I'm not going to tell someone how to record history.
That's right.
And I'm going to assume that they did it properly.
How do you feel about these statues being taken down?
I don't give two fucks.
Okay.
I don't even care if it's like a statue of someone that was like a great person.
Right.
It's like, it's a fucking statue, dog. Like, we got the internet. Like,
Theodore Roosevelt was pretty good.
This is the thing too.
Except for the slavery.
When it comes, and that's the thing, is like when it comes to anything where it's like a slave owner or a Confederate statue, like I always seen it as like, I never blamed anyone for wanting to tear that down because many people could probably see that and be like, wow, that's a part of our history that actually happened. How terrible, this and that. Whereas another part of a group of people would probably feel like, wow, I'm very much viewed as second class in this country, to the point where they honor people that viewed me as second class, and we still have statues of these people. So I don't really care about we're losing Confederate statues or statues of slave owners. I don't care. Like I said, even if it's a good man, go tear down the fucking Rocky statue at the top of the fucking Philadelphia steps. I don't give a fuck.
There's a Rocky statue there?
Yeah. I think so. Or maybe it's not there no more. Maybe they moved it. But it's somewhere in Philly.
I want to go to Philadelphia. I want to go ring that bell if I can get away with it.
Yeah.
Confederate statues are just giant participation trophies. I agree with you, Assad Aziz.
I forget what I was listening to. It was either a podcast or a show of some kind, but they were like, it was a podcast. They're like, where the fuck else in any other country in history do they have monuments to the losers of any like revolution or war? Like, that it's only fucking here. Like, it's never anywhere else. Like, one of the first things to go is all the fucking monuments to the fucking dipshits. Like yeah, Germany, when fucking the Nazi party fell, the first thing they did, like, all right, burn all the fucking flags, tear down all the Nazi shit,
right?
Put it in museums,
right?
Fuck you.
You know, and it was so hard to find a Nazi museum when I was over there.
See, but I don't think they have museums over there.
They do. They just don't have. They're just
not like,
they're hard to find.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I'm
because
sure
a lot of that shit's
more
so over here and in Argentina because those motherfuckers came over here.
Right. You can't just go and find like hell of Nazi shit over there. You have to like seek it out. It's not. They definitely like pushed that shit down in their history. It was hard to find a Nazi museum. Actually, I had to like ask somebody at the liquor store. I'm like, yo, where can I go see all the Nazi shit? They're like, there's not much to see around here. There's like a few spots, and like we're trying to forget about that shit. We're trying to move on. It's real.
Wow.
It's real, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Aunt Jemima. You know what? My feelings about Aunt Jemima are, you know, I didn't really like that syrup anyway. So
I mean,
but
like,
but really, I mean,
don't.
There's hold on, just one sec. There's like a level to be offended, and then there's like a level to be too offended. I don't know where the Aunt Jemima offense comes from. I just thought it was a black lady who made some syrup. Now, if there's some like weird shit behind it where it's like a white person owns this and then they put a black person's face on it and called it Aunt Jemima, okay, I get that. That's super weird. But if that didn't happen, I don't see the problem with Aunt Jemima's picture on it. I mean, I understand breaking down the statues. I understand, we don't want the Confederate stuff to be commemorated or whatever. I totally get that. But I don't know. What is the Aunt Jemima argument? Like, what is that about? What is it?
I think the point to that one was it was based off of a picture that was taken of a like black nanny that was like in the South.
Okay.
So it's like the whole like mammy sort of stereotype
right.
To where
like the house nigga.
Yeah. So it's like they felt like them putting that as a label on the syrup was always like it was like perpetuating a character,
Yeah, I get it.
Almost like the minstrel shows and things like that.
Yeah, like, minstrel shows. Okay, I get it.
So I think that's where like a lot of it comes from. For me though, it's like I'm just more so like, don't companies like change logos all the time? Like
they do.
So it's like
Taco Bell always changes.
Is this one logo. That big of a deal? Like it's not like they're changing the flavor of the syrup or anything if you like it that much. Like, yeah. They're just like, hey, we're just gonna put something else on here.
Tom and Jerry should be outlawed. Why should Tom and Jerry be outlawed?
I don't understand.
Corn, Karen Flakes, my new faves. Karen Flakes, yes.
Oh my God!
Send me the meme. Send me the meme with a Karen Flakes.
I'm gonna make it myself. It's just gonna be a picture of a white woman crying on the cover.
Karen Flakes, yes.
It's gonna be like you know how like cereal art has like the milk splashing into the thing. It's just gonna be like the tears of a Karen. Fucking
Karen Flakes, the breakfast of champions.
Fucking and Cushburn says that cream of wheat offends people. Now that one I'm not up on. I don't know what is. Like, I don't know if the imagery comes from something like as an offensive character.
Is the Aunt Jemima in the cream of wheat the same brand? Is that what that's about?
I don't know if they're in the same brand. I think all of those things are just re-examining like what they use for like a mascot of their product or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it like started with Aunt Jemima, but then like people like asked for cream of wheat and fucking Uncle Jerry or Uncle Ben.
Mm-hmm.
But Uncle Ben and cream of wheat, I don't really see like what because isn't Uncle Ben like just like a fisherman or something like that? Like, isn't that like, I don't think he's really like portraying something. I think it's
Doesn't he have like the instant rice?
Yeah.
Uncle Ben's instant rice.
It's just Uncle Ben's instant rice.
Yeah. I don't, like I said, if it's some company just like using a black image to win, that's fucked up. But if it's like a black dude who started his own shit and that's just the way he branded himself, kind of like Madam, what's her name? Who had the hair product and she put her face on there. The big black lady, whatever. She was very successful.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you mean.
You could put. Yeah, if you put the image on the product, fuck it. It's because you kind of want to get to your audience, right? Whenever you come up with a product, you need to gear it towards your audience. If I made, fucking jean vests, okay, then you would
have a picture of a dude like me on
I'd have fucking Ryne on the cover of my jean fucking company and my jean. Look at this guy with this fucking jean vest.
If you did not see me wearing this jean vest, you would already think I was wearing a jean vest. Like, you just wouldn't even know until I pointed it out to you if I was or wasn't.
And if you didn't see Ryne in the jean vest, you would think something's wrong. You'd think like he had a bad day or something. Like if Ryne came in here without his vest on, what if he came with some overalls? If you showed up with some overalls on.
Oh, yeah, they ain't ready for the overalls.
If we did this show and you wore overalls, I'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with me, Ryne? Why the fuck you have to wear overalls today? I don't get the jean vest. Like I don't get the brand. I don't get the message. I get the overalls, bro. That's how you feel. So I get it, but we'll see.
Fuck Off brought up the Land O'Lakes thing, and I think the Land O'Lakes situation is more so of like Native Americans didn't really. I think it's just more so the stereotypical. It's just the whole idea of perpetuating a stereotype of like, you know, Native Americans are just, you know, they wear a feather in their hair and they fucking, I guess they just give us butter. I don't know. I'm not saying I agree with all of these things. I'm just saying like I try to understand what the reasoning is behind all these things, and you know, if people really feel very strongly about them, it's like I'm not gonna really like hold a strong opinion against it because it don't affect me.
Yeah.
But
well, the world's
Aunt
changing
Jemima
for
one
sure.
Probably could be changed. That one is a little that one's pushing it.
It sounds racist as fuck.
Yeah.
Aunt Jemima's going to make us some pancakes and put some syrup on it. Aunt Jemima. Come on, Aunt Jemima.
And Fuck Off said the Redskins is worse, which absolutely agree, because it's like it's the imagery of the chief with the headdress and the fucking name Redskins.
I just found out I'm 4% Native American. Do I get some benefits or what? I'm trying to get, I mean, you know, they're not giving out no reparations. Can I get some Native American benefits? Kush Burn, what percentage you got to be? Can I get some food stamps or something? What's going on? 4%. Do you know what you're made of? I just found out what I'm made of. Do you know what you're made of?
I haven't taken one of those yet.
Fucking,
I'm probably like a whole lot of Eastern European.
I'm Nigerian, duh, Congolese, which means from the Congo, and I'm 14.1% British Irish. Can you fucking believe it?
Fuck.
Can you fucking believe it? I've been wondering why I have freckles on my nose this whole goddamn time, and it's because I'm 14% British Irish. No wonder I could drink so much breast milk. That's right.
Assad said Ryne's that rare Irish Japanese, which is probably very true. Fucking actually, I got a lot of like my grandmother was like full-blooded German, so it's like there's definitely a lot of German within me, but I'm probably definitely like a mixture of like German and Irish and like fucking. I don't know. I think the joke was with a lot of white people, fucking I'm part Cherokee or whatever, but like as far as what's told to me by my dad, he's like has a small part like Cherokee in him or whatever. So maybe I have some of that in there too. Probably not. Cushburn says you need 15%. So what'd you say you had 4?
Yeah, I'm only 4%.
Yeah,
I can't get no benefits.
Those are rookie numbers. You need to up those numbers.
I can't get no benefits. It's all good.
Eugene says if you're redheaded, you're Irish somewhere. Probably facts. I'm not really redheaded though. Like I'm bald headed, but even then before that it was blonde, and like my beard's very weird because like my beard has hair color that is nowhere else on my body whatsoever. Like, and it's a weird rainbow of like black, brown, blonde, and like almost like orange reddish. Like it has like my beard has just all the colors for whatever reason.
Does it like glisten in the sunlight like all different colors?
Yeah, nice. Pretty much. No, like it really does.
I can't grow a beard for nothing.
Hey, Sammy, I think that's probably like the 3rd time you might have said bye. So if that is the actual one, then thanks for tuning in. If you keep tuning in, thanks for tuning in. I mean, thanks for tuning in regardless.
I think Swammy just loves me so hard that it's Swammy
you are definitely his favorite guest. Like, I don't think he really mentions how much of anyone else is his favorite other than you.
Damn. Hey, Swammy, download the new album. You know what I'm saying? Easy to be international. Available on all your fucking media outlets. I think I'm going to send Swammy a t-shirt. I'm sending Swammy a fucking Easy to Be Nasty mask. I'm sending Swammy 4 tickets to his next favorite concert, if it is he or she. Nothing but love for you, Swammy, from right here, from me to you. You're the star tonight, and you got my heart.
Yeah, gang, gang. Gang, gang.
Gang, 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 gang. I wish I could get food stamps. I make too much money to get food stamps, man. I make too much money to get food stamps. I wish I could get food stamps. If I could get an extra 4, I got 2 kids. I can't even get food stamps. You feel me? I got 2 kids. I can't even get food stamps. What the fuck? Anyway.
Well, we definitely we almost pushed it to 2 hours, but I'm surprised we even made it this far, actually.
I forgot there was a time
limit. We had no agenda. We were just hanging out. I'm like, oh, fuck it. Well, we don't have a time limit, but
we're just in there.
It's like, fuck it. It is almost midnight, though.
Yeah, it is.
But, yeah, fuck. Is there anything you want to go out on?
I want to say, fuck Swammy. You can fucking suck on a garden hose, but still donate to the chat because we love you. And everybody out there, it's been great. Thanks for having me. It's easy to be nasty. Fucking Ryne, show some fucking love and respect to the prince of the counterproductive channel, okay?
Pretty much.
There's been a king. Welcome in the fucking prince of counterproductive. We are going to fucking bury Dan in the backyard because he's still bleeding in the closet, and I don't want to ruin Ryan's carpet. And Black Lives Matter.
Absolutely. Fucking thank you everybody for tuning in. Fucking have a good night, folks. Fucking take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. Read a book. Do all those things.
Read 3 books.
Be nice to people and whatnot.
And the directions.
And if you can't, just roast them to where, everyone else laughs at them instead. Nah, it's all good. Have a good night, everybody.